Hello guys and welcome back to my channel SG Arts. Now today I'm going to be discussing something that is very basic, and today's video is going to be focused for the beginners. And today I'm going to be discussing something that is very basic, and if you are not getting your portraits very accurate right now or very good right now, these are the things that will help you get your portraits very good and significantly better than what you are drawing today. Yes, I'm talking about tools. Yes, so I'm talking about artistic tools. So today I'm going to be going over the 4 most basic tools that you need in order to make better portraits than what you are drawing today. Some of these you might even have, some of these you might even have heard of but don't know what they are used for, and some may be something that you never heard of and may help you to get far better portraits than what you are drawing today. So I'm going to assume for this video that you don't know any of them, and that's how I'm going to explain it to you, because I cannot explain it the way according to every single individual. So without any further ado, like this video, subscribe to the channel because I'm on my way to 200 subs, and without any further ado, let's get into this. Hey! Yeah, it's me again. I just wanted to tell you to subscribe again, because the stats are telling me on the channel that the watch time from you guys, when it comes, like 58% of you comes from people who are not subscribed on the channel. It's not a big deal, just subscribe, and if you don't like the content here, then you can just unsubscribe. But seeing the majority of you giving the watch time are not subscribed, obviously you like the content, so subscribe. Okay, for the first and the most, literally the most basic tool that you need to have in order to have good portraits is gonna be pencils. Obviously, like HB pencils. Now, if you have been living under a rock, you probably don't know what this is, but I'm pretty sure 90% of you know what this is. These are HB pencils, premium lead HB pencils. Now, these come in different shades from from HB to 10B. These come in different shades, from the HB being lightest to the 10B being the most dark. Okay, it comes in HB 2B, 4B, 6B, 8B, and a 10B. These are art line ones, and here's the name if anybody is wondering right now. This is what I use to make my portraits, and it's pretty amazing. I've even seen these used by professionals, so it's pretty cheap and it's really good at the same time. It's used, like lead pencils are usually just used for a darker, smoother, and a bit of a rough texture when you're going for such kind of portrait approaches. But there are also different kinds of pencils, like not only lead HB pencils are the only move. If you want to go for more smoother and a blending approach in your portraits, there are also graphite pencils, and graphite pencils are really good if you're going for a more shinier, lighter, and a more blending approach. And the only problem with the graphite pencils are that they require more skill. So yeah, if you're going for graphite pencils, then I would prefer to have more skills, because like if you're a beginner right now, just go with these, practice with these, and if you don't have them already, I'm pretty sure that they're gonna help you more than enough right now. And like if you're not using them right now, I'm pretty sure your portraits are not coming good at all, because they will give your portraits a lot of depth. Even the lightest of my portraits usually have like 2B, HB, and a 4B shade. If you're just making your portraits with a very regular pencil, it's gonna be an HB pencil. It's gonna be the, I don't know which one is it. Yeah, it's gonna be the most basic shade. This one here, it's gonna be the HB shade. It's the lightest one there is, and the pencils you get from for just normal school work or daily work, it's gonna be the HB pencil. So make sure to get these if you don't have them already, because they are gonna help you a lot to make more darker, smoother, and basically just more finer portraits than what you draw right now. They will help you to get more depth and like more highlights on your portrait as to what areas are more darker, where the lighting is on the reference photograph, and how your portraits actually look. So be sure to try them out. There are also charcoal pencils, but the problem is that charcoal just takes really fine practice. It just takes too much practice. Even I cannot use it right now. It just makes your portrait a little rough if you don't have skills. And if you are not having these right now, don't even think about the charcoal pencils. They're just going to ruin your portraits. I have used charcoal pencils in some of my few videos in the past, for drawing the hair and the mustaches on some portraits, but it didn't turn out very well according to me. I don't know if you liked it or not. The views tell me that you liked it, but like still, it made my portraits very rough in real life. So just don't use charcoal pencil. Stick to lead pencils and graphite pencils. And if you're not using lead pencils right now, like please first just use these. Okay, make your portraits better by using these. And if you're already using these, also make sure to try out the graphite pencils, because they may require some skill, but if you are going to practice on that, it's pretty easy to overcome, and you will be easily making better portraits. And even by merging both of these, like you can make amazing portraits at the same time. Okay, enough said about the pencils. Now I'm gonna hop into the number 2, and a more rare but like a basic thing that you should have to make your portraits even better. Let's get into that one. Okay, so the second most basic tool that you need to have for good portraits is gonna be another type of a pencil. Believe me, it's a little different from this, but at the same time, it's literally just a pencil. It's gonna be a mechanical pencil. Here you go. Yeah, it's a very cheap and a very local mechanical pencil, I know that, but it really helps you out in making better portraits. Just trust me on this one. It will not help you make portraits, but to make the outlines. This is essentially used for outlines. I don't know where the camera is. Yeah, there it is. It's not focusing right now, but like I have the 0.5 mm lead on this, and it's a pretty good one if you want to make good outlines. It's just the normal HB shade. It's not like it's just something special. It's not a special shade. If you want to go with that, you can have special shades for this. I have a 2B shade on this, but still like you need to buy those separately. For the normal pencil, you will have the HB shade on this. It will be basically just for the outline of the portrait, and maybe if you have a darker shade, you can use this for the hair and stuff, or a very fine lining or something of skin texture on the skin. And it's pretty good. It helps you with very fine art, places where you want to draw, like yeah, there it goes. So like places where you want to draw really well, and like you have these bulky pencils here, because to be honest, these pencils are good. These pencils are really good, but like look at this, and just compare this to the mechanical pencil right now. See how accurate you can actually be with the mechanical pencil and not this one. It will be also pretty accurate, but the problem with this one is gonna be that like it's just gonna be a little bulky. So use this one instead for your outlines and some fine measures where you're going for it. And this is gonna be the second most basic tool. Like there are actually better versions of this. This is the most cheapest and the local one I can find near my house, but you can actually get a pretty good range on this, and you can use far better things than this one. I cannot really suggest you if you should take the more professional, I don't know, the more like expensive ones from this, because this one just works out pretty fine for me. It works out really well. It gives me really good outlines, and it's pretty accurate. So I wouldn't really prefer getting more expensive ones, because I don't know the rate of the expensive ones, and of course, I'm just not gonna tell you to buy expensive stuff even without me knowing how much it really costs and how much that really differs from the cheap ones. Because in this one, I really know that these ones are pretty much the exact same as the expensive ones. Like there are differences, but it's still pretty amazing. But this one, I don't know about that. So just use the cheapest one. If you're not using a mechanical pencil by now, just start using one and use a local or a cheap one. It will still help you in the same way on your level. It will still help you in the same way that an expensive one can use. Till the time you don't have a lot of skills, like even if you get the most expensive, even if you get the lightest and the worst one, you're still gonna draw in the same way. So just yeah, this is the second one, and it's gonna help you out a lot. If you're not using this by now, your outlines will be really good. Like every single one of these tools is to help you in one or the other aspects. This one was for the shading and making the portrait. This one is going to be for the outline and some fine textures. Now next one is going to be the blenders, because yeah, those are very important. So let's get into the third one. Okay, for the third tool, this one is not that basic, and some people see the time lapse and it looks like a pencil in the time lapse. I use this a lot. Those of you who watch the full time lapse may be knowing that this is not a pencil, and these are actually blenders. Now blenders are really important. I have to admit that these are, for me, the most important tool that I have, because these help me in the most essential thing that is there in the portrait right now for me, that is blending, to give the portrait a more smoother look. Those of you who don't know what they are, just let me tell it to you in a simple way so that the video is not too long. You just take, maybe when you are shading, you maybe take a piece of paper or use just your hands to blend the darker shades into a lighter one. Well, stop doing that. Use these, okay? These are just made out of paper. I've seen people just use small sheets of paper to blend pencils, but nah, that's not what you should be doing, because that will be just a waste of paper. Except you can just get these are pretty cheap, they are not that expensive, and like, they're not expensive at all, and they will be very helpful for you. Like, look at these, they look like pencils because I haven't cleaned them. You can easily clean them with a sandpaper or something by just brush. Yeah, don't sharpen them, because some people ask me if you sharpen them or not. Do not sharpen them, okay? These are not pencils, these are blenders. They will just get ruined if you sharpen them. So yeah, as you can see, you just get these tips. They are size 1 to 6. I don't know if there are any more than 6. If there are, I don't know, because like 6 is this size here. It's pretty big. It like literally covers half of the portrait while you're in a single stroke. So it's pretty good. You can use these to blend, and they will essentially help you to get cleaner hands while making portraits. If your hand actually get dirty while blending, the one problem you will face is that there will be too many marks of your hands on the portrait, which will make it dirty. Just use these and your hands will be cleaner. And if you're using sheets of paper to blend, then that will be, first of all, that is just a waste of paper, and second, they won't give you good textures like these. So just use the blenders instead. These will help you out in a really good way to just oh my god, this, okay, so like it will help you out a lot to blend and get more smoother portraits. Okay, so done with the blenders. I am trying to keep the video short now. It's already like a 10 or 11 minute video now. So let's get into the last and one of the most important tools that you can get. These are not basic at all, and not a lot of people even think about these as a basic tool. They just don't think that these category of things would be a tool or something that you need to get. So let's just get into this, and let me show you the last, certainly not the least, but a very important tool that you need to get more and better portraits. Let's get into this. Okay, for the last tool we have the eraser. Yeah, it's the most important and the most, yeah, I'm just kidding, it's not the thing. Nah, just leave that aside. We have mono erasers. Yeah, these are the most important tools when it comes to shading, because let me tell you, while you are shading, you can get a lighter shade by just not shading at portion. But when you're trying to give more of a shiny effect on the portrait, or when you're trying to draw the hair and stuff, when you want to highlight something, you can use these. Let me tell you what these are, and let's finish the video as quick as possible. These are mono erasers, okay? They come in a round tip and in a square tip as well. These are really good. This one is a little bit expensive, but this one is really just, they are not that expensive, okay? You can easily afford these. Some of you will be like, yes, this is something that we used to use in school, but nah, it will actually help you a lot in portraits. Like I've used this most certainly in the random girl portrait a few days back, and there on the nose and stuff, I used these to make to bring a little shine on the nose. Then we have this one. This is essentially used for hair and stuff. Now the tip has gone a little bit because I've rubbed it a lot, but it used to be a square, more of a rectangle tip, and it helps you out a lot, so that by using the borders here, you can get some, kind of like thin lines of erased shade. So it will help you out a lot. These tools are very, very important. If you once just know the potential of these tools, like, these will be very important for you. Like right now, to be honest, I'm also trying to figure out how to use this in their best way, but I still don't know how you should use these. They do help me out in a very good way, and they're very helpful, very useful in making portraits. But once you get to know how you should use them and where they will actually make your portraits better, that's where they will excel, and that's where these will help you to make your portraits really amazing. Now let me just show you the names if anybody is wondering what to get. Now this one is actually erased. This is just a mono it's just the simple mono eraser. You search it up on Amazon or Flipkart or anything, you will get it. Then this one is the mono zero eraser. That is the more accurate name, the Tombow mono zero elastomer eraser. That is the more accurate name, and that's what you should get. This is also the mono zero eraser, but like the mono zero eraser is essentially this, not this one. It's also like pretty blunt, and it's circular, so like it's not that fine tipped, if you ask me. So it's not a mono zero eraser, but this one, it's very fine tipped and it helps you out a lot while making portraits. So yeah, definitely do get one of these. Actually get both of these, and if you're not trying to get this one, just definitely get this one, because it's more important than this one. It will just help you in fine lines, but not anything shading or something. It will help you in fine lines if you keep it sharp, and it will also help you in giving the shade. So yeah, these were the last tools that you could have in order to make better portraits than what you're drawing today. So yeah, all of these today we discussed about the HB pencils, then the mechanical pencil, blenders, and the mono erasers. Yeah, definitely also try to take this one, okay? So I hope you enjoyed today's video and that it was helpful to you. I just wanted to make this one because since I am a beginner, I also want to know a lot about all the tools that professionals use, and I want to get them. But like it's not that easy to just understand what they're used for and which tools you should go with in order to make something that on my level. So that's why this is something I wanted to make in order for you guys to understand what you should be using on your level as you first get your tools, because yeah, it's a little difficult to get a very in-depth video on these kind of things only on 4 tools. So that's why I wanted to do this. I hope you enjoyed and that it was helpful to you. Again, like and subscribe to the channel, guys. Please let me just get to 200 subs. It's not a long way. I'm currently on some like 194 or something. So just get me to 200 subs ASAP. And till then, stay home, stay safe, keep watching SG Arts, and I'll see you guys in the next one.